You wanted a Chabad insider? You got a Chabad insider. People wonder, how does Chabad decide where the next location to establish a Chabad center should be? In the early years, the Rebbe himself would dispatch to their particular destination Chabad emissaries, also known as Shluchim. But pretty soon after, he empowered the young couple to be a part of the decision-making process themselves. So first of all, you have to remember that there's not some automated algorithm that spits out shlichus mandates. It generally comes down to the nearby shluchim deeming that area as worthy of a new couple, and that individual couple themselves determining A, that that's a place that they're willing to live, and B, that the opportunity at hand is one that they feel is worth pursuing. Now, having said that, let's make a particular comparison so you get the point. The exotic location of Santa Teresa, Costa Rica, has somewhere between 300 and 500 Jews living there. The almost as exotic place of Evansville, Indiana, has a similar number. Why has Santa Teresa received a Chabad couple already a number of years ago, and Evansville is still yet to have one? I think I've come up with 7 considerations, but there are definitely more. So a simple consideration, in addition to pure population, would be the amount of visitors a place gets. This would easily solve the Santa Teresa versus Evansville question. Another consideration would be existing Jewish infrastructure. On the one hand, existing Jewish infrastructure would be a pro, because if you don't have to, you wouldn't want to subject your family to a lack of stuff, be it Jewish schools or restaurants or a mikveh, etc. On the other hand, a lack of Jewish infrastructure could be an opportunity because that area may be more desperate for your service. So that could be a motivation for some. The young couple could also consider the growth rate of that location. A much more complex and hard to measure metric would be involvement rate. Let's say, for example, a suburb and a tourist destination have the same amount of people. The tourists at that destination would be involved at a higher rate at Jewish functions because they don't have a regular Shabbat dinner the way someone would if they're simply at their cozy home in the suburbs. There's also an outpost consideration. They may cast a wider radius for attracting Jews. If they live in an area that has no Jewish infrastructure, then it is possible that somebody would drive up to 4 hours even to gain some semblance of a community. In other words, in that circumstance, you don't simply count the Jews living in that location itself. Another thought could be the symbolic value of a location, whatever the symbolism is. I'm sure I've missed some, and it's never just one of these considerations, but everyone creates their own equation with these types of thoughts and then comes to their own conclusions. Have you guys got any hot tips? Where should Chabad set up shop next?